You need to set unrealistic goals because otherwise you won't get anywhere. You won't do anything great or even come close to that. Now, by unrealistic goals, I mean things that, most people would say you are crazy, like starting a business and expecting it to be very successful or something, right? Wanting to be the president, doing crazy stuff, right? That's what I mean by setting unrealistic goals. Because there's this quote, and it goes something like this: shoot for the stars, and you're probably not going to get to the stars, but you're going to fall on the moon, right? And that's kind of the main thing I'm getting at here is that once you set an unrealistic goal and you actually try and commit to reaching that goal, you don't just, set a goal and sit on your couch and watch TikTok all day and it's like, oh yeah, I have a goal. That's I'm gonna reach the moon or something, right? No, that's not gonna happen, right? By unrealistic goals, it's you work hard, and even if you don't achieve your original goal, you're still gonna do something truly great. What I mean by setting unrealistic goals, and these goals, like, even if they're like 1% chance of success or like 0.1% chance of success, would you rather be a person who achieves something like, would you rather try or not try? Right. Personally, I would much rather try and let's say there's a 0.1 chance of becoming very successful, achieving my like wildest dream. But there's obviously a like 99.9% chance of failing and just completely crashing into the ground. Not having a steady job or something and just completely crashing into the ground. Personally, I would pick the zero. Okay, I gotta do this. I'm gonna pick the 0.1% thing, and I will at least attempt to shoot for the stars and not just, go for average, which has like a 50% chance, not a 50, 90% chance of success, right? Or rather 99.9. I don't get the percentages completely right. What I'm just trying to get at here is that shooting, like, setting unrealistic goals is beneficial in any case, right? Let's say you set a goal to become the president of the country you live in, right? So you set that goal and you start researching what does it take to become a president, for example, right? And you see that most of the presidents are highly intelligent. They have degrees of some sort. They have gone through good universities, stuff like that, right? You see that they have had some entrepreneurial success. Like, for example, President Trump, he may not be among the wisest, but he certainly is among the richest, right? So you need to you will see what you need to do to become a president, and you will start working in order to do that. And even if you, let's say, in a 40 years you run for president and you fail, you will still have, for example, started a business. You will still have uh, achieved a degree. You will still have a degree in a good field, right, that interests you, simply because you chose to set an unrealistic goal and work towards it. And there's always that off chance that you actually do become the president, and hooray, you achieved your unrealistic goal. Another great example would be astronaut, right? To become an astronaut, you need to have education in a STEM field, right? Just working towards that goal would be incredibly beneficial, right? For it really depends. Like, for example, if you want to be a successful influencer, as I'm doing, like doing YouTube or something, that is a much more like loosey goosey, because if I fail, I'm going to speak personally. If I fail YouTube, for example, if I decide to put everything into YouTube and I completely fail and crash into the ground, I'm not gonna get another job, right? I mean, maybe my presentation skills will become better, and perhaps social anxiety a little less, right? It'll tone down. I will still quite literally will not, I won't have a degree in a STEM field, for example, right? So you really need to choose the unrealistic goal that is more suited to your liking. That's what I would say. Don't just simply set an unrealistic goal for the sake of setting an unrealistic goal, right? And you also need to be passionate about the thing, right? And also, kind of imagine what I did, for example. You need to imagine the journey of getting to that goal, and you need to kind of figure out if the work that it takes to reach that goal is something you would first of all enjoy, because otherwise what's the point in doing it, and something you could actually do, right? So for example, uh, I have a dream kind of of becoming a theoretical physicist, right? And that's something that I kind of keep to myself, but that's something kind of a dream of mine. But you see, I'm not very good at math. Uh, I'm not very good at like physics, right? I mean, I have a couple of good grades, and sometimes when I understand it perfectly, like I'm very happy. But I just know that to become a theoretical physicist, it's gonna take like 8 years of pure school, right? And first of all, even if I do achieve it, even if I do push through and get to that goal, those 8 years, I don't want to do that, right? It just sounds like hell to me, and that's just something that I would not be comfortable shooting for, right? I mean, maybe if suddenly I become really good at math or something, or something changes in myself, maybe, perhaps. But and theoretical physics is not exactly the most unrealistic goal too. Like it's much harder to become the president or Mr. Beast than a theoretical physicist, right? And the return on investment is also, I mean, people don't become theoretical physicists for the money. That's one thing I have kind of realized about many things in life is that you can't do them for money. Otherwise, it becomes just a job, right? That's why I'm doing this YouTube thing where I literally make videos I would make for free and keep them in my drive, but I just upload them on YouTube, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. And yeah, that's about it, right? um, so yeah, so basically, my point is set the biggest, most unrealistic goal you can think of that you would actually want to, work at, and then work at it. And through working at it, you will most likely, if not achieve that goal, you will achieve something, still great. Also, uh, disclaimer: please don't take this advice as full. Like, how to put this? Basically, if you fuck up, I'm not responsible. It's just a disclaimer, in case like in 10 years somebody just completely destroys their life and they're like, "Hey, you, your YouTube video, I watched it, and now my wife left me, and I have no money, and like not gonna be responsible." Okay, it's like I know this is a little bit late for that disclaimer, but I'm gonna put it in the descriptions. It's gonna be fine. But other than that, yeah, that's a legal disclaimer there. um and originally I came upon this kind of thought process through Technoblade's video, which he made about achieving your dreams, and he was definitely, how to put this, he used the example of, let's say you have a test, right? You have a test, and you let's say you failing that test does not mean the end of your it won't do damage to your kind of academic career, right? If you fail it, and if you do okay on it, nobody will care, but if you get like the best grade, everybody will care. Now, the exam, how to put this, the professors, they all recommend that if you, it's a multiple choice exam, by the way. Now, the exam, givers, professors, whatever, they say that if you don't know the answer, don't guess, leave it blank, because if you answer incorrectly, you lose points. And what Technoblade said is that what he did is guess on all of the answers if he did not know, because on the off chance that he was right, he would get a really, really good grade and become really like, people would be like, give him the prize, I think there was a prize or something, right? But if he didn't guess and got an average, nobody would care, right? And if he totally failed, it doesn't matter because that test doesn't really matter, right? So kind of his point was that even If there's a very small chance of success or a very big chance of mediocrity, you shoot for the success and risk failure rather than shoot for mediocrity and guarantee that mediocrity, right? That's kind of his main point. And I tend to very much agree with that. Like, as a kid, growing up and having access to friggin' internet. I mean, personally, I have started to really get into this mindset of just trying to do the boldest things that I would want to do, right? Obviously, I'm not going to go outside and do something because, I hate going outside. Like, no. But I have really started to reject the idea of not doing anything, right? That's kind of why I'm doing YouTube. I want to do something that's, even if I fail and my YouTube channel stays at like 100 subs and nobody even watches, at least I made a whole library of videos detailing my every thought and, idea. And at the end of my life, maybe somebody will watch my videos and be like, hey, this guy, not even like, I don't care what they would say. They would just experience. It's like writing a book, right? But online and kind of in a different way, right? So yeah, my point is just set really big goals. Obviously, don't be a fool, but don't listen to anybody who says you should set realistic goals, because obviously you should have some realistic goals, right? But don't focus on them too much. Focus more on the big, grandiose, grandiose goals that really push you to perhaps become a great person. Because as I also watched this one philosophical video, and you can really change the world, right? You can truly change this world. It's like Steve Jobs said. You once you learn that you can push a button and something comes out, right? Something happens. That's when it truly like changes for you, right? Because this like you can put yourself in the history books, right? Now, yeah, that's just kind of my take on this whole thing, right? I don't know if this made any sense. Like, I just recently made a really bad video. I just kind of wanted to make something with a bit more energy put into it and thought. And yeah, and hope this made sense. This is also very very strongly based off of my how to put this personal experience, personal thoughts that I've been, I would say, sitting on for the last for a while. So it feels really good to at least put that out, even if nobody like. I check my analytics, right? Most people click off by the 1 or 2 minute point, so really nobody's gonna see this. Like, at least like maybe 1 or 2 people. So if you're watching, at least comment your thoughts. Perhaps maybe if you found this video enjoyable, right? And if you found it enjoyable, then I mean, come on, please subscribe, right? Yeah, I feel really guilty asking that, but it really helps out. Plus, it's like literally friggin' free, right? It's not. I'm not asking you to, but yeah. All right, so if you enjoyed the video, if you found it at least half intelligent, right, and coherent as a video, then you know, leave a like, subscribe, watch some of my other videos. They're not gonna be as hope energetic as this, because I really try to make this one much more presentable, right? But yeah. So yeah, if you hope you enjoyed. That's really all I can say. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. See you next time.